The signal. Commander Maya Chen stared at the quantum fluctuation readout for the seventh time in as many minutes. The pattern shouldn't exist, couldn't exist. Yet there it was, pulsing steadily across her holographic display like a heartbeat from the void. Area, run diagnostic sequence theta 9 again, she ordered, rubbing her temples. 3 days without proper sleep was taking its toll, but she couldn't tear herself away from this impossible discovery. Diagnostic complete, Commander, the station ag responded, its voice calibrated to Project Calm efficiency. All systems functioning within optimal parameters. The signal remains consistent. Maya's augmented eyes focused on the coordinates. Kepler 438 bits, the site of humanity's first extrasolar colony attempt. The Artemis mission, launched 517 years ago and declared lost after all communication abruptly ceased 2 years into their settlement. Now, half a millennium later, something was broadcasting from that exact location. Director Harding needs to see this, she murmured, more to herself than to Area. Director Harding has explicitly requested not to be disturbed during the Ganymede Treaty negotiations, Area reminded her. Maya straightened her uniform jacket. Override Protocol Chen Alpha 7. This can't wait. Within minutes, Director Emerson Harding's holographic figure materialized in the command center, his expression a careful mask of diplomatic neutrality that immediately shattered when Maya displayed the signal data. This is authenticated, he demanded, eyes widening as he processed the implications. Triple verified. It's coming from Kepler 438 bits, the Artemis colony's location. Harding's avatar paced within its projected boundaries. 500 years of silence, and now this. What is it saying? That's why I called you, sir. It's not just a signal. It's a complete data packet. Encrypted using quantum algorithms that shouldn't exist for at least another century, based on our current research trajectories. Maya gestured, and a 3-dimensional display of the decryption process materialized. We've only cracked the outer shell, but what we found. She hesitated. Sir, they're alive. Or at least something is alive there that has access to Artemis colony data. Harding's hologram flickered as he leaned forward. Show me. The first decoded images appeared. A landscape unlike anything in humanity's archive of settled worlds. Crystalline structures that seemed to merge biological and technological elements, and moving among them, figures that were simultaneously familiar and profoundly alien. Are those people? Harding whispered. Their genetic signatures match archived Artemis colonist profiles, Maya confirmed. But they've changed, evolved perhaps, or deliberately modified themselves. She brought up another image. This structure appears to be some kind of quantum communication array, but it's integrated with what looks like living tissue. Our xenobiologists are saying it's as if technology and biology have become synonymous. A threat assessment. Harding's question was pointed. Maya had anticipated this. Unknown, sir, but the fact that they've chosen to contact us after 5 centuries suggests intention, not hostility. They could have remained hidden. Speculation, Commander. With respect, sir, it's informed analysis. The message includes what appears to be an invitation. An invitation. Harding's tone was flat. To what exactly? Maya activated the final decoded segment. A sequence of mathematical equations and genetic code unfurled in the air between them. To understand what they've become, they're offering knowledge, Director. Technological and biological advancements beyond anything we've achieved. Harding's expression hardened, or luring us into something we're not prepared to handle. The Security Council will need to be briefed. Until then, maintain observation, but do not, I repeat, do not transmit any response. After Harding's hologram dissipated, Maya remained at her station, studying the message. What the director couldn't see, what she hadn't shown him, was the personal component addressed specifically to her. We remember Earth. We remember what it means to be human, but we have become something more. Soon, you will face what we faced. You will need what we have learned. Maya Chen, daughter of stars, you must listen. How do they know her name? Her family's traditional honorific. Questions multiplied as she dove deeper into the decryption. 3 decks below, Dr. Sanjay Kapoor led a team of quantum physicists in analyzing the transmission method itself. It's not using conventional subspace channels, he explained when Maya joined them. The signal exists in multiple quantum states simultaneously. It's like they found a way to communicate that bypasses the limitations of light speed entirely. That's impossible, Maya stated flatly. Sanjay's expression was both troubled and exhilarated. So was this transmission, until 3 days ago. Commander, whatever the Artemis colonists have become, they're operating with physics we haven't even theorized yet. Military leadership was less impressed with the scientific implications. Admiral Helena Reeves didn't bother with a holographic projection. She arrived at Sentinel-7 personally within hours of being briefed. "Let me be clear, Commander," Reeves said, her weathered face set in grim lines as they walked the station's secure corridor. "The Interstellar Security Act gives me authority to quarantine this entire sector if I deem it necessary. With respect, Admiral, we're dealing with a first contact scenario with our own species. This isn't some alien intelligence, isn't it?" Reeves stopped abruptly. "You said yourself they've changed, evolved beyond recognition. For all intents and purposes, Commander Chen, these are aliens wearing the faces of our ancestors." Maya felt a chill at the Admiral's words. They've offered knowledge, not threats. Every colonial power in human history offered knowledge before subjugation. The Security Council has concerns about the timing of this contact. "Timing, Admiral." Reeves studied her with calculating eyes. "The Ganymede Treaty, the first true peace between Earth and Mars in 70 years. And suddenly, a mysterious signal arrives from humanity's greatest historical tragedy, offering advanced technology. The political implications alone are not my concern," Maya finished firmly. "My job is to understand and analyze the signal. Your job, Commander, is to follow orders." Reeves handed her a quantum-sealed directive. "As of now, Sentinel-7 is under military authority. No communication with the Artemis signal source. No further decryption without security oversight." That night, alone in her quarters, Maya reviewed the full decryption progress. The military lockdown had effectively halted official analysis, but she had routed a private copy to her personal system before Reeves had arrived. The message contained more than technology or biology. It held history, the story of what had happened to the colony. When the initial settlement phase had been completed, the colonists discovered something buried beneath the planet's surface. Not alien technology, as Maya had first suspected, but a natural phenomenon, a quantum field that interacted directly with biological systems. The first exposures had been accidental, the effects seemingly minor: enhanced cognitive function, accelerated healing. But within a generation, more profound changes manifested. The colony's children began developing abilities that defied conventional understanding, manipulating energy fields, perceiving quantum states directly, integrating with their technology in unprecedented ways. They had become something new, something beyond human, yet still carrying humanity's essence. And they were returning because they had discovered something else, a threat approaching from the galaxy's edge that humanity, in its current state, could not survive. Maya made her decision before dawn. Against direct orders, she initiated a quantum response to the Artemis signal. Not the formal diplomatic message that would have been approved, if ever, after months of committee debates and political maneuvering. Instead, she sent her own words. "I am listening. Tell me what we need to know." The response was immediate, as if they had been waiting. Not just data this time, but a fully formed holographic presence that materialized in her quarters. A woman, her features suggesting she might be in her 30s by conventional standards, but her eyes holding the depth of centuries. "Maya Chen," the figure said, her voice carrying harmonics that seemed to resonate with Maya's very cells. Thank you for your courage. We have much to show you, and very little time. Who are you? Maya asked, fighting the urge to summon security despite being the one who had initiated contact. The woman smiled, a surprisingly human expression on her transformed face. My name is Ilara. 500 years ago, I was born Alina Nakamura, great-granddaughter of Artemis Colony's chief biologist. Now, I am the messenger, the one sent to prepare you. Prepare us for what? For them. For the Void Dancers, and for what you must become if humanity is to survive what is coming. Part 2. The Return. The quantum alarm shattered the pre-dawn silence of Sentinel-7, pulling Maya from her conversation with Ilara. The holographic visitor vanished instantly as Maya's command console activated. Perimeter breach, area reported. Multiple vessels approaching from the Kuiper belt. Configuration unknown. Maya accessed the tactical display. 7 objects, moving in perfect formation at speeds that should have been impossible without leaving a fusion trail. Artemis vessels. Negative. Commander, the energy signatures do not match anything in the transmission data. These are something else. Admiral Reeves stormed into the command center, uniform hastily donned. You've been communicating with them, she accused, eyes flashing. Despite direct orders. This isn't them, Maya countered, gesturing to the tactical display. These signatures don't match the Artemis transmission. There's something else entirely. The approaching vessels decelerated abruptly, taking position at the edge of the solar system. Their design defied conventional engineering, asymmetrical, with surfaces that seemed to absorb rather than reflect light. Area, full spectrum analysis, Maya ordered. Composition unknown. Internal structures suggest biomechanical integration, similar to the Artemis data, but fundamentally different. These vessels appear predatory. The word hung in the air as the first attack came without warning. Not against Sentinel-7, but against the outermost defense platform orbiting Neptune. The platform simply ceased to exist, not destroyed, but somehow erased from reality itself. What the hell? Reeves began. They're here, Ilara's voice echoed through the command center as her holographic form reappeared. The Void Dancers. They've followed our transmission. The military personnel drew weapons instinctively, though they would have been useless against a holographic presence. What are they? Maya demanded, ignoring Reeves's shout for security. They exist partially outside normal spacetime, Ilara explained, her form flickering as she interfaced with Sentinel-7 systems. They consume ordered reality, civilizations, technologies, even physical laws within localized space. They are why we transformed ourselves. The only way to survive was to evolve beyond physical limitations. Reeves stepped forward. Convenient timing. An unknown threat appears just as you contact us with offers of advanced technology. Your skepticism is understandable. Admiral, Ilara acknowledged, but misplaced. We detected the Void Dancers approaching your solar system 3 of your years ago. That is when we decided to break our silence. Why wait 5 centuries to contact us at all? Maya asked. Because what we became was too different, too quickly. We feared humanity wasn't ready. And because the process of our transformation required isolation to complete. Ilara's expression softened. We were becoming something new, something that could have been misunderstood as a threat to human identity itself. Another defense platform vanished, then another. They're probing our capabilities, Reeves muttered, military training overcoming her distrust momentarily. Yes, Ilara confirmed. Soon, they will understand how defenseless you are against them. Maya studied the tactical display. What are our options? We've brought a protective field generator, Ilara said. Technology we developed specifically to counter the Void Dancers. But deploying it requires both our knowledge and your positioning systems. Reeves laughed bitterly. So we give you access to our entire defense network. I wasn't born yesterday. No, Ilara said quietly. You were born too early to understand what comes next for humanity. But Maya wasn't. Before anyone could respond, a new alert sounded. A quantum signature identical to the original Artemis transmission appeared at the edge of the solar system, massive, coherent, and undeniably powerful. The main screen activated automatically, revealing a sight that left the command center in stunned silence. A vessel, if it could be called that, more like a living constellation of interconnected structures that pulsed with internal light. At its center, something that resembled a human form, magnified to cosmic scale. The Artemis Collective, Ilara announced. Our true form, beyond individual bodies. The approaching Void Dancer vessels altered course immediately, converging on the Artemis Collective. The space between them distorted as two fundamentally different approaches to reality collided. What we offer isn't just technology, Admiral Reeves, Ilara continued. It's evolution. The next step for humanity. We found it by accident, but you can embrace it by choice. Maya watched the battle unfolding at the solar system's edge, a conflict fought with physics she could barely comprehend. What exactly are you offering? Transformation. The quantum field we discovered doesn't just enhance human capabilities. It unlocks potential that has always existed within human DNA. The ability to exist across multiple states simultaneously, to transcend the limitations of physical form. You're talking about the extinction of humanity as we know it, Reeves objected. We've developed a controlled version of what happened to us, a quantum catalyst that rewrites human biology at the fundamental level, while preserving consciousness and identity. It requires consent. It cannot be forced. Director Harding's hologram appeared in the command center, his face ashen. The Security Council is split. Half want to destroy both the Artemis Collective and these Void Dancers if possible. The other half are demanding we accept whatever help is offered. And you, Director? Maya asked. Harding looked at her, then at the battle displayed on the main screen. I think humanity needs to decide its own fate, not have it decided by military leadership, politicians, or returning colonists, no matter how evolved they claim to be. Maya considered his words. A choice. For everyone. Precisely what we are offering, Ilara said. The catalyst can be distributed globally. Each human would decide individually whether to begin the transformation. And those who refuse, Reeves demanded, would remain as they are. We have no desire to force evolution. But understand, those who remain unchanged will be vulnerable to the Void Dancers and other cosmic threats. The universe is awakening to humanity's presence. Admiral, not all of its attention is benevolent. The command center fell silent as the implications sank in. Humanity stood at a crossroads that would determine not just its survival, but its fundamental nature. I need to address Earth directly, Maya said suddenly. Not just leadership, everyone. They deserve to hear this directly. To her surprise, both Harding and Reeves nodded in agreement. The quantum network can amplify your message, Ilara offered. Every connected device on Earth would receive it simultaneously. Maya took a deep breath and stepped forward. As Ilara interfaced with Sentinel-7's communication array, Maya felt a peculiar resonance, as if her consciousness was expanding beyond her physical form, tasting momentarily what the Artemis colonists had become. People of Earth, she began, her voice steadied despite the weight of what she was about to say. 500 years ago, humanity sent its brightest and best to establish our first colony among the stars. Today, they have returned to offer us a choice. She explained everything. The Artemis transformation, the approaching cosmic threats, the opportunity being presented. Not as a military officer or politician, but as one human speaking to another about their shared future. The universe is larger, stranger, and more wondrous than we imagined, she concluded, and more dangerous. Our descendants from the stars are offering us a path forward, not to end humanity, but to elevate it. Each of us must decide for ourselves whether to take that path. As she finished speaking, the Artemis Collective prevailed against the Void Dancers. The threat receded, though all knew it was merely the first encounter of many to come. In the days that followed, humanity faced its greatest decision. The quantum catalyst was distributed globally, just as promised. Some embraced transformation immediately. Others waited, watching those who changed to see what they would become. Some refused entirely, committed to remaining human in the traditional sense. Maya chose transformation on the seventh day. The process was neither painful nor frightening. Instead, it felt like awakening from a dream into greater reality. Her consciousness expanded, able to perceive quantum states directly, to exist partially outside conventional spacetime. She understood then what the Artemis colonists had been trying to explain. This wasn't the end of humanity. It was humanity transcending its cradle, preparing to join a cosmos teeming with consciousness in forms they had never imagined. A year later, nearly 40% of Earth's population had transformed. The remainder maintained their traditional human form, though many lived and worked alongside their evolved counterparts. It wasn't the catastrophic division many had feared, but rather two branches of humanity coexisting as they prepared for different cosmic futures. Maya, now serving as ambassador between traditional humans and the transformed, often visited the monument erected where the first returning Artemis ship had landed. Inscribed upon it were the words that had ultimately convinced humanity to accept the gift of evolution. We remain human in all that matters: our compassion, our curiosity, our capacity for love and wonder. We have not abandoned humanity. We have fulfilled its promise. The lost colony had returned not to conquer, but to complete a journey begun 5 centuries before. Humanity's first tentative steps into a universe more vast and strange than they had ever dreamed.